I think I was still muted. Hey everyone, welcome back to Rogue 16. We are a little bit late, and we're just trying to work out some bugs. We're using a new situation, and it was kind of a challenge to get everyone in and ready to go. And yeah, that was kind of crazy, guys. But I think we figured it out. We're all here. Nathan, Tony, Parminder, Jason, everyone. How is everybody?
Good, thanks.
Good.
Yeah, all
Very
good.
hot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks.
very hot.
Yeah.
Very
Well,
hot.
so those that don't know, in the UK, apparently it's ridiculously hot, and on top of that, they don't have air conditioning because they're crazy people. And I feel like this happens every year, where like I hear the UK is just blazing hot, but it's how long does it last for you guys?
This time it's been like this since about mid-April, to be quite
Yeah.
honest. I mean, we've
Okay.
had hot weather, dry weather since about mid-April. It's not been this hot, obviously, since then. But yeah, we've had consistently kind of late, high 20s, early 30s for
Yeah.
probably a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys think at some point, I like when people make new homes, build new homes, are they putting in aircon, or is that just never a thing that happens? in the
Unless you're
UK?
buying something really ultra.
Parm froze on us.
We've been contemplating it.
Parm, you froze on us a little bit. That's okay.
I think you're saying if you buy something like ultra like brand new construction. But I am
Yeah.
curious, isn't? I'm not making fun here, but I've been to the UK many a times. But when they have these heat waves, isn't it like 80, 85 degrees? It's not like 105 degrees like it is here, right?
We work in degrees centigrade, so I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think
It's
of that.
like
Sorry.
33, 35 degree Celsius. So
What
I
is
don't
that?
know what that is in Fahrenheit. But
Fucking
that
hot
like-
is what it is.
Yeah, it's hot. I mean,
Oh,
are we
yeah.
talking? That's a good question, Jason. Is it 80 degrees? Is it like 85, 90? What is it? Because
All right, so if it's 35 Celsius, then yeah, it's close to us. It's about 95 degrees Fahrenheit.
okay, yeah, that's hot. That's hot.
and
It's,
also
it's the humidity. It's the
yeah, I was
humidity.
about to say
Yeah.
the humidity. It's not like it's really hot in the sun, but even when it's not, we've had days that it's been
Oh, wet,
raining,
sticky.
it's still been pretty hot because it's just humid. So,
Yeah, that's
No, and
definitely not.
that's okay. That's okay. I mean, look, the humidity always makes heat so much worse. So much worse. I can't stand humidity.
It's not feather flaking humidity though, thankfully.
Yeah,
well,
right.
our hot toys are still safe.
I mean,
But,
the nice thing for me is in San Diego we don't have we have like zero humidity pretty much, and so it's really nice. But
Yeah.
when I go, anytime I have to go on the East Coast for work or anything, it sucks, dude. It's in the summer, it's horrible. It's really bad.
And our houses are built to be insulated for the cold, so heat doesn't escape.
Yeah,
Once if it's hot, then it'll stay like this in the house for a good few days, right? It's
Even worse.
yeah.
That's a nightmare. We do have some people in the chat, so at least the chat's working. That's good. Got Darth Dread, the whole gang here today, and Dill David's in the house. Yeah, Dill David's saying the heat is unbearable. Yeah, that's what we hear. So that sucks. Well, I mean, how long is this supposed to last for you guys? Like the heat? Like, is it supposed to just continue?
Well, the thing is, we've had it, for a while now. We're not used to having it for such a long period. Normally, we
Right.
get like a weekend and then it rains, right?
Yeah,
but we just
yeah.
we're in kind of
Even-
drought.
We've had like patches of rain, but then
Yeah.
it's just gone. Like it rained like last week, and then it's just gone. It was like nice for a couple of days, like mid 20s,
Yeah.
and then it was like straight back up to like 30 something, and it's just.
Yeah. You
I'm,
want?
I'm actually looking forward. I'm going on holiday on Tuesday. I'm going to Finland, and I'm looking
Nice.
forward to going on holiday because it's cooler
Yeah.
than it is.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get that weather out of there, dude.
Move along.
Right? I mean, just let it get out of there, bro. I hear you, man. Sitting in the heat, especially sitting in the heat and doing stuff like this, is a freaking nightmare. So I do
Yeah.
appreciate you guys being here.
I've got a fan on full blast. So
Nice,
I'm
good.
all right.
I'm sure
I've turned mine off because it was noisy, I think.
I'm sure that'll help.
I'm not turning mine off.
Darth Dread says in the Caribbean here, loving the humidity. Well, that's different. When we're in the Caribbean, it makes sense. You're expecting it, and I get
You
it.
can lay on the beach and chill.
Yeah, yeah. Like if you're on
And,
vacation or you're just, I get it. You kind of want it to be a little humid, but man, in your normal everyday life, sitting in your house and you're sweating, hell no, dude. That sucks.
working and
It's sleeping that sucks. I mean, you can kind of cope with it during the day, but when you're trying to sleep, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, Darth Dread says heading to London in 10 days. It better have changed by then. Yeah, well, at least you're out of there for now. But guys, really quick, I wanted to talk before we get into everything. I kind of wanted to talk through any pickups, anything that anybody has, grabbed in the last couple weeks or ordered or or is excited to get in soon. Like anything.
Nathan and I picked one of these up.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Nice, dude.
Nice.
It is really cool. The head sculpt on this is fantastic. He's a great figure.
Yeah, we're actually going to be talking about that. So I have pictures of that to talk through it.
Cool. Yeah,
Do you like
really
the head sculpt, Harm?
In hand. I mean, it's spot on Harrison Ford. I mean, you can't. It's got the whole furrowed brow thing going on, but
Right.
it works, and you can move the eyes around to make it work even better. Although one thing I don't like about the movable eyes is when you put the head back, the eyes
it
kind of move
moves
again.
the eyes. I hate
I
that.
see mine.
It's like,
Yeah.
why do they have that? And
Yeah.
also, why have we gone to two movable eyes? Why can't we just have the one thing
Exactly,
back?
because you literally they end up cockeyed. So right now he's like looking in two directions.
You want
right?
less.
Thing, unless you get it like spot.
Nathan, you
spot
want
on.
less. Not
First
more.
choice.
But as in, I like the system. It's just they had it on like older figures where you could control both eyes with
Yeah,
one
Right,
thing,
just
right.
one. Yeah, exactly.
and it was like, okay, you got it. There, he's looking to the side. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
But now he's like, even if it's ever so slightly off, like you could just be looking up, and it's just like,
It
Oh,
puts
like-
you off, doesn't it?
Han's
Yeah.
got a lazy eye, and it's like,
Yeah, basically.
Oh, so it's not better to like have the because when I had
Well,
Maul with the
No,
movable eyes,
the thing is, you can do it separate, but when you put so you've got to take the head off to do the individual kind of eye movement, and then you put the head back on. But as you put the head back on, there's a little connector, and it knocks the joystick
so
thing.
it gets
that
a
you use
power
now.
when you're in his eyeballs.
And you just end up putting the sculpt back on it. It's not how you set it in the first place.
yeah.
So he's like,
Yeah.
like perfect, and he's like,
Yeah,
put a patch
exactly.
over his eye. Roll a 1/6 patch.
Oh no, yeah. So I've got to figure that out.
But
That's
overall, you guys do like it better, though. You like the rolling eyes thing, right?
yeah, I'd rather,
I
yeah.
mean, because the problem with most hot toys, you have the dead stare, don't you?
Right, right.
By default. So by having the movable eyes, it can get rid of that. And
Hmm.
with a furrowed brow expression, having him look up slightly or look down slightly, look to the left, it works. Whereas with the kind of the straight on stare, it just looks odd. So it's nice to have the option, I guess.
Yeah.
It's good because it's in pretty much every figure now, like every head sculpt.
Yeah. It's not a
Like,
it's not a
even,
special
like-
thing anymore, right? They're putting it on
No.
almost everything.
Like even the new Fives clone,
Right.
that he's the first clone to have it, and that's like not a reused sculpt, but it's the Tamora Morrison sculpt.
I
we
mean, it
see.
might as well be.
Yeah, they just changed like the
So many
hair. And,
clones.
yeah,
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, the only thing I'm getting in, I think I was talking with Tony before about this, is I should be getting Yizam in at some point soon-ish, I think. Hopefully we can do an unboxing maybe for that. That I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, be careful when you're unboxing him. He's very fragile.
That's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Otherwise, I mean, obviously, we're going to be talking about some San Diego Comic-Con stuff, but there should be a lot of things coming out very soon. We should be seeing a lot of things releasing, or at least announcements and stuff, so that'll be cool. I'm looking forward to that. But, yeah, anything else? Anybody?
Well, yeah, I said backstage, I said that I literally got like 4 things delivered yesterday.
Oh, sweet.
So one of them being the Han,
Yep.
which is, like Palm said, pretty good. It's nice to have a newer, updated, younger Han.
Right.
Good.
And that's Return of the Jedi Han, right?
Yeah, exactly. Then I got Captain Rex from the Ahsoka show.
Mm-hmm.
I ordered it on a sideshow, so obviously it's been delayed with all the tariff things and stuff.
Yeah.
So I've only just got that, but I liked it a lot more than I thought it would. I thought it'd just be a basic kind of. I know it's a live action one rather than the Clone Wars style ones, but I thought it'd just be a basic clone. But
Right.
it's actually because you can change a lot of his armor out to make it the Phase 1 or Phase 2, whichever you want.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought it specifically so I could have a Phase 1 Rex.
Mm.
It's quite a cool way that they do
Yeah,
it.
it's cool.
I was a lot pretty happy with it.
Yeah. It's cool.
Well, and I know it's not Star Wars, but I got the. And don't judge me.
That's too late.
I got the in-art Hermione. So I've
Oh
now got
yes. Does it look good, Nathan?
It does. It does look good.
No kidding, dude. That's awesome.
Time to hat.
I'm put my. You can't. My lights are a bit low.
In art Hermione. Are you getting any of the other ones, Nathan? Are you getting the?
So I've got the. Oh, there you go. Why is the camera there?
It's a disturbing picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
I've got an 11-year-old girl in 6-scale form, but
Yeah.
I feel like it's less weird because I've got the other two. So I've got the trio.
Right. Right.
And they look pretty cool together.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm pretty. I want to get some of the other ones, but it's. I don't know.
Nathan, you know what Harry Potter thing I'm tempted by is the Prime one. They showed that new Voldemort statue.
Oh yeah.
It looks so good. It looks so good. It's kind of a copy of the Iron Studios one, a little bit, but man, it's so good. It looks so nice. But yeah.
Sorry, the last thing I got was so I've had this ongoing issue with a lightsaber I bought. I bought it for Celebration. That's how long ago I got it, and it broke the week before, so the blade wasn't emitting any color. So it was just the sounds. So I just ended up just bringing the hilt, the Anakin hilt. So I've been to and fro with this guy for years. He closed his shop, whatever. And then I finally said to him, can we sort something out? And he was like, I tell you what, I can't refund you or whatever, or fix it, but I'll send you a hilt of your choice.
Mm-hmm.
Just let me know some characters that you like. I was like, okay, cool. So I said, Luke or Qui-Gon, I said a few. And then he sent me, don't want to sound ungrateful, he sent me another Anakin hilt, which I was like, okay, that's cool. And then an Obi-Wan hilt. So I got this one.
Oh,
It's
cool.
pretty cool.
That's
It's a cool
cool.
hilt.
It's nice.
And both of them together.
Nice.
Very cool displayable, but they also don't work.
Oh, no.
So
Yeah. But
it's
they're
like,
displayable though, right? I mean, that's.
which is fine. But I've already got. The thing is, I don't want to say I'm grateful, but I've already got both of them as displayable
right.
hilts. So it's like that was the reason why I said other ones.
Yeah.
And I was like, it would have been cool if he sent it to me and it would work, because then I could have for my Anakin cosplay, I could actually
that's
have
right. Yeah, that's right.
a working lightsaber. But again, it's pretty cool.
But Cassian doesn't have a lightsaber, and that's what you cosplay as, right?
You never know. He might. My Cassian does.
Your Cassian, your version of Cassian.
My version of Cassian.
So good.
It's a Anakin, Han Solo, and Cassian mashup.
Yep, I love it. Man.
But yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I might end up. My brother's been after an Obi-Wan hilt for a long time, and it's quite expensive. But I feel like as I got it for free, I could give it to him for Christmas, maybe.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Darth Dread said, I just got the Real Guard concept from Scruffy Looking Workshop, which is cool. Jason actually unboxed that for us. And it looks like a really nice piece.
Yeah.
We're talking about one of their pieces today as well. And he said he's building up his concept pieces. He picked up 3 busts from Christian from the hyperdrive. So yeah, very cool. Yeah, Do you know, Parm, Tony? Do you know if is Christian getting rid of his concept pieces? Like, is he trying to move into just something different, or do you know what's going on?
No, I think they might be the gentle giant ones, the smaller concept pieces. I think he's keeping some of the larger concept stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, he's been kind of shuffling stuff around.
Shifting things around. That always happens. Let's get into our main discussion here. So we're gonna be the first thing we're gonna be talking about is Hot Toys Anakin. We'll talk about Clone Commander Gregor, I think his name is, or whatever, and then Han Solo. So we're going to be talking about all these things. I will say so. When I first, I think is this Anakin? This is a release, right? This is an announcement. It's a release. This is
release.
Out.
The release, yeah.
I don't know what to say. This is one where when I saw this posted in our group, this is literally my reaction.
Oh my God.
I mean, I don't know if like, I don't know if this is, I just don't get it. Like, how do you come out with something like this? Like, I think the likeness is fine, but the expression is super strange to me. Like, it's just
It's quite. Yeah, he looks quite coy, doesn't he? Or nervous.
And those are two different things, right? We can talk about likeness as being like it looks like the person, but the person in real life can make a weird expression, and you're like, why would you choose that expression to put on the?
Well, it's based off a specific scene, obviously, in the show, and I think he does do that expression in the show. But you're thinking, for a figure like Anakin, you want him in a more.
That looks a little better. Is there a separate switch out?
A little bit, but it's you want him to be confident, and he looks.
Yeah, exactly. Not like.
Nathan,
he looks like he just got his heart broken.
Yeah, he did. He does. He looks sad. Nathan actually commented below. Like, I commented, I said, "This is weird," and he actually commented and said, "What is it? Anakin Skywalker."
Anakin Skywalker, yeah.
Which is true. He does look a little bit shy, a little bit like.
Don't make me go out there with my saber, guys. Come on, they're all gonna laugh at me.
Do I have to wear this? Do I have to wear this tunic or whatever the hell? Like, come on. I'm gonna get made fun of. Like, look, it's just weird. I'm sorry. I just think the expression's kind of strange.
That looks like a candid photo. Like, Anakin, huh? That's what that looks like.
I'm still getting it though. So
no, and that's fine. I think the likeness is. It looks like Anakin. It just looks like Anakin doing a kind of a strange expression. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, it certainly looks like Anakin in that show, because that was a CGI'd, made him younger looking Anakin. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Elliott says, not a fan of this Anakin. Limited display options, derpy looking.
Yeah, it's not an iconic look.
It's a bummer. It's a bummer too, because
have they got the adjustable eyes on that? Because it looks.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
I just think the way they've shot that just looks unfortunate. The way they've got the eyes positioned, because it looks worse, doesn't it?
It's
super weird. Yeah,
he just looks very like not confident. You know,
the armor and the clothing look amazing.
Yeah, they look great. The armor and clothing
everything else looks fantastic.
Well, yeah, because I had the previous one that came with that stat, actually, the Clone Wars one, and I sold it because I wanted this one, and I got the live action Rex with the live action young Ahsoka, so I wanted the three of them together, and it's going to be kind of like a battle scene, I guess. So it will be interesting to see how it looks with the sculpt,
right?
With that expression.
Is this thing he's writing? Is that like a separate?
No, so that came with the previous the last Clone Wars Anakin.
Okay.
So that's because it's a blogger photo. So he's obviously just
not a fan of those lightsaber effects at all.
Yeah, no, the lightsaber effects look like something from. I used to have them on my old Hasbro toys.
Yeah, they're unnecessary. I think they're unnecessary.
Yeah, I'm never going to use them. I don't think.
Yeah. And then the little Ahsoka, is she out yet, or is she just?
Yeah, she's out. I've got her up there.
Okay, cool.
Pretty it's a pretty good figure.
Good figure, and that looks like a what is it, silicone arms or at least like?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, silicone.
body?
Whole body, I think. Yeah, I want to say it is. Although literally, yeah.
Oh
It's
dear.
like just
Yeah.
you talk to him. I don't want to talk to him.
He sort of said, "Can you hold this?"
Yeah,
Exactly.
You do.
it's right in my hand.
Oh my gosh. I don't know, guys. I mean, I don't know,
It-
guys. I mean, this what he's doing, this pose right here, at least
That
it
looks
looks
better.
a
Yeah,
little
that-
bit better, but
Because
Yeah.
because in the show that's like he did that expression in the show, but he's doing something like that. He's just walking and he's like teaching Ahsoka something. I can't remember what it was,
Right.
but he's talking.
I mean,
he's talking to her, but
that looks
it's
better.
like
This one looks
Yeah.
better.
That looks
yeah.
I mean, some of the blogger photos on some of these hot toys, I never trust them really.
Yeah,
So
sure.
You can't trust him because it's like
the lighting is always
yeah,
the lighting's off.
I mean,
not
the
typical.
Han Solo we're going to talk about in a minute. That's a classic where the blogger photos for me made
Right.
it look
Yeah, sure.
made it look poor.
Oh, yeah.
You
Sure.
know, so I'm
Well,
not
it's like-
defending this. I think there is something off with the head sculpt, but I bet it looks. I think it's probably going to look better in hand, and you play
I
around
agree.
with the eyes and
I'm
stuff.
looking forward to seeing it in hand because it would hopefully. Yeah, I think they always are, aren't they? They're never worse in hand than in a picture, are they? So, well, rarely,
Well,
I guess.
they're always better. The pictures are always better once collectors start sharing
Yeah.
them.
Right.
It's like
Right.
I mean, I do it all the time when I take pictures of my haircuts, and I'm like, "This is a great haircut," and then I go to take a picture of it, I'm like, "Wait, what? That's not the same thing I'm looking at." And it's the camera. It's like when we're showing figures on the screen here. It's like
Nope.
it doesn't
Nope.
look
Nope.
the
Nope.
same
Nope. 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 Nope.
that it does to
Yeah,
your eyes.
that's not a great look.
No.
That shot there. That's one
What
of
a
the worst.
piece of junk.
I mean, I don't know what to say, guys. It's just not my favorite. Yeah, everything else is great. And if you can get him to look good, if you can actually get him to like in a pose where he looks like it makes sense, then great. But other than that, just a weird, like it's a weird expression to
Strange
have
decision.
for all
Yeah.
kinds of ways you could pose this thing. Like
It's like it either needed a different sculpt or a second sculpt. So have this one, and then another one that is more like a battle, like a battle damage one or something like that. That he's like
that looks better.
in a fighting kind of mode.
Right.
And then you can have this one for a more like museum-esque sort of pose.
Yeah. I mean, some of them look good. Some of them, I mean, whatever. I mean, I will say on a shelf, maybe next to hers, maybe it'll look all right, you know? So.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I know. I know, Nathan. I know. Let's go to the next one here. I think actually let's go to this one because we're talking, you know, you guys have this in hand. You've seen it, with your own eyeballs. It looks good. Yeah.
Yeah, in hand, yeah, can't complain. I think it's a great sculpt. Yeah. I mean, it's got the, proper old man hands, but again, you can't really see the detail when you're, a foot away or a couple of feet away from the fish.
Yeah, sure. Does it looks like there's a lot of forehead, but I can't tell if that's like a bad thing or a good I don't know. I don't know what to
much less than the prototype. I think in the prototype there was a lot more forehead. I think the hair was more kind of puffed up at the top.
It looked like he was receding a lot on the prototype.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, in hand, you get, with normal lighting over it, it casts a bit of a shadow over, the forehead, and it doesn't look like it's big.
Sure.
Having looked at some pictures from Return of the Jedi, I feel like maybe they could have done with having a few like strands of hair over his hair, because it's a little bit more. It's obviously his hair is a little bit more tousled and stuff. It's probably too done, and then that probably would have hidden some of the forehead, I guess. But this isn't. Yeah, this is the best. I said earlier, it's probably the best one. It's better than the New Hope one because that's it's a good figure, but it's old now. So
do you are like Nathan, are you gonna prefer him like this look, or are you gonna put the cloak on it, like the actual jacket
Well,
on
so
him?
me and Palm were messaging, and funnily enough, so I've got him in the cloak because I've got him
Yeah,
in an Endor display.
right.
But I've got the sideshow Hoth Han,
Mm-hmm.
and underneath his jacket he has the blue Empire Strikes Back Han jacket.
Right.
But so I took it off that, and I thought I could put it on this, and then make it Empire Han,
Mm-hmm.
and it fit like. Well, I said, yeah, it looked pretty cool, didn't it, Palm?
Yeah. It
It
just
was
looks like a
like,
dustbin.
and it fit perfectly. So I'm tempted to buy a second one, so I could, because I don't know, we might get an Empire one, but it looks less and less likely, especially as they're
Does it-
doing.
Does it come with these little rocks on the base, like this little extra
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah,
it
the
comes
problem
with
is,
like.
yeah, go on, Nathan. Sorry.
No, sorry, I was just saying, yeah, it comes with like these little plastic trees, and
Yeah.
it's got a few little things. But yeah, sorry, Paul. Go on.
I was just going to say, but the problem with this is it's on a higher base compared to the other Endor figures.
Right.
So I've had to use a normal sized base so that he's not
Right, I got you.
towering over the other figures.
It's a cool base, though. It's a pretty cool base.
Yeah, for sure. As a diorama base goes, it's very good, but it would be nice for them to be consistent. If knowing that people are likely going to display it with Endor Leia or Endor Luke, and
That's a nice look for him.
yeah.
Yeah, I can.
No, in hand, it's really, really good, and I think I've
Yeah.
seen like on the forums as well, people being very complimentary with the figure once it's in hand, versus what they saw in the blogger pics where they thought, like you did, that the forehead looked a bit big and the hands looked a bit odd.
Yeah.
How easy is it for you to put a picture up if I share a picture, Matt?
I don't know actually. I honestly don't know if it's going to be easy or not with this new thing we're doing. It could be a
It's all right.
problem.
I was just gonna send the picture over with his Empire jacket on.
Oh, okay, yeah. Send it over. I might be able to get it up at some point, but Chris Elliott says looking forward to getting this one. I think it looks great. He does look great. I mean, I think it's so fascinating with collectibles how things look better. I'm gonna mute Nathan for a second. How things look better in person than they do even with really good pictures, right? Sometimes you just can't get a feel for something until you see it in person, and that's why it's always nice I'm glad you guys got this. So I was really wanting to know if it did come off really nicely in person, which is great.
It did, yeah. Really happy with it.
That's great. Yeah, looking forward to seeing more of that. Yeah, I think I haven't seen a lot of this in people's collections either, so yet. But this is great, dude.
I think most people are getting it from Hong Kong at the moment. I don't think Sideshow have started shipping.
Right. These look really nice. Yeah. Let's go to. Jeez, Nathan, what are you doing? Holy shit.
Not muting his mic.
Yeah, what the hell's going on? So let's go to this one. This is a clone commander Gregor. I don't know what the hell this is. Like,
Where's he from? Is he from the movies or from a series?
I don't know. Like, is this?
He's
yes, I'm guessing the cartoon, right?
Can you hear me?
From the Clone Wars.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from the Clone Wars series.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean he looks really cool. I will say he looks freaking awesome. It's just here we go.
Too many of them. Just too many of them for me. They're a little bit boring.
There's so many clones, and I will say this one looks cooler than some of the other clones. It's got a really cool look
I like
to
the
it.
blue visor.
The kind of like tech camo thing that it's got going on with the yellow on parts, pretty sick, honestly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could totally see people picking this up just because of how cool it looks. Otherwise, I don't get it. They're just this whole like.
He has more of like a, for me, and I mean no offense to anybody who's a clone fan, but he has more of like a like a video game vibe or Halo
Sure.
vibe than a Stormtrooper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I could definitely see having seen this Ben in like what's that game?
What, Battlefront?
Battlefront.
Yeah, Battlefront. I could have
Mhm.
totally seen this in Battlefront.
Yeah,
That would have made sense.
I was like, I want upgradable characters. Yeah.
Hmm.
It does look really cool though.
Yeah, the armor looks great.
It looks really cool.
It's just difficult. It's difficult to get. I don't know. It's just difficult to get excited about.
Clones.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just too many of them.
There's so many of them.
Yeah, it's.
That's a rabbit hole you don't want to go down either.
Mm-hmm.
They do look great on display. I've seen, where people army build these, but it's. If you were jumping in now, God, where would you start?
I know. Chris Elliott says this will be a $400 figure down the road, limited to 2,500. I'll be getting I didn't know this was an actual exclusive, but limited to 2,500. Yeah, I could see it being worth something at some point.
All the cool ones are exclusives lately.
Yeah, that's true. Does the visor light up, or is that just an effect on the camera, like on the
No,
picture?
I think that's actual.
That's cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think that's an actual effect.
That's cool.
What I would say about this style of clone, and it reminds me of what I was saying about Sideshow with like the recent Nihilist drop, is 4 or 5 years ago, I think Hot Toy Star Wars collectors would have just ate these up and got them all. Because there was a point where everybody was, clamoring for all the Sideshow ones and getting any and every clone that they could in their collection. Even our own Steve from Rogue One 6 had done that. And he was one of many that were doing it. And that's what drove the price up. But when you get to a point where that's already been done and then they just keep pushing that envelope, it's tough, right? Because he's an amazing figure. He looks fantastic.
He really does.
Great detail. I mean, he's just an awesome figure all around. He's limited for a reason. That's going to drive a little bit of that demand. But at the same time, it's like with so many things competing for our wallet, this is a tough one if you already have a handful of clones.
Yeah. Well, and the crazy thing is that, like, I mean, look, like the weathering is really nice. The colors are really cool. Like, the figure itself is freaking awesome. And being limited is going to help it, but I hear what you're saying, Tony, where it's like, man, at what point? Like, they're just gonna, I just feel like they're just gonna keep freaking pushing out these clones. Like it's...
Yeah, I think, I mean, there are a lot of Hot Toys collectors out there that just collect, or 1/6 figure collectors, that's all they collect. So if they've been doing this for years, then this would be something you would jump on. But I think for me, there's just been so over it just feels like the last 18 months, Hot Toys have just pummeled us with different variations. Like I'm fine. It's just difficult to get excited about it.
Yeah,
the ones that excite
pummeled
me.
You?
Sorry,
pummeled you or
yeah. Well, it's the socials, whatever you want to call it. I mean, they seem to release a figure. I think they've gone a little bit quiet now. They seem to have diversified into other franchises a little bit. But there was every day there was almost a Star Wars, release, and there's a lot of clones, and it's just so.
Yeah, it's been quiet on the other franchise, but it hasn't come out Hot Toys.
Yeah, I think you just got to be, I guess you got to pick and choose unless you've got the space and
you got to pick your
funds to
poison.
do it,
I mean, Chris Elliott says I skipped every figure from Ahsoka, just too many figures sticking to clones and OT, which this is great. You have to have the amount of figures they're coming out with now. You have to have at least some bit of focus.
And I think Chris is a 1/6 collector as well.
Sure.
So I think I've seen. Yeah, he's got a fantastic collection. So
yeah.
That would be, but even with collecting 1/6, at some point, you probably have to pick and choose. It's just the pure volume of them that are coming out. So when you add it all up, I mean, Nathan will know. It's the pre-order bank, isn't it? It becomes a car payment or a mortgage payment.
I mean, I'm pre-ordering less these days, but yeah, it's kind of you have to be. I've been a lot more picky recently. Like this, like a year ago or even 6 months ago, I might have considered this, especially being an exclusive that came out like almost right away. But space wise is the thing, and I'm potentially going to have less space soon, so
Right.
got to like scale down the collection anyway. So
It's really
only,
cool looking, though. It is. It's
it
a
is
cool
very
looking
cool.
figure.
I've always liked his design.
Yeah, and that's the FOMO, isn't it? That's the FOMO.
Yeah, oh,
you
yeah,
know,
always,
it's,
always.
you know, so.
So
Back in the
you
day,
know-
you could bank on getting something, and if you wanted to pass it on, you would get your money
Yeah.
back, right? Maybe
Yeah.
on this exclusive that would be possible, but these days it's really
But-
difficult to do
Can
these
I-
figures on.
You say that, but like I think it was when they first released the clone Commando, like earlier in the year, and then and with the same day as the Obi-Wan with the Mandalorian armor, and
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, I want both of them because they're Clone Wars kind of Bad Batch, and I was like, yeah, I want both, and almost straight away I realized they didn't really have a place in my collection,
Yeah, right.
and it took me ages to sell them.
Mhm.
And I took a loss on the clone. I took almost £100 loss on the clone commando.
Mm.
That was only like 4 or 5 months later.
Yeah, sure.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, they obviously we've said before that it's definitely a buyer's market at the moment. But
Yeah, it is.
sure.
Yeah.
I sold my.
Quick question. Is there a reason you need the backpack to open?
Put
Like-
lunch in.
Like, what are you putting in this? Like, really, honestly,
Well,
like, I'm trying to be honest. Like, what are you putting in the backpack?
I've got the same. Well, I've got the clone backpacks, but then also I think Hunter has the same from the
Yeah.
Bad Batch has the same design backpack.
I-
Matt, you could put Grogu in there.
I was going to say
What are you
Grogu.
putting in there?
Grogu.
Is there
I put
accessories on?
the droid poppers, the grenades.
Just little pieces.
And,
I mean,
Oh, there you go.
Holograms.
Guns.
Put all the little holograms in there.
just things that
Yeah.
you don't want to put in, like
Yeah.
where someone can see it. You put in the backpack.
Respect.
Well,
Matt, that's how they smuggle the drugs off of Coruscant.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know some people put like different hands and stuff
Yeah, sure.
for their figures, so they can like pose it differently without having to get the box and stuff.
Right. Which, yeah, I
It's
guess
actually
that
pretty
would-
smart.
Cool, but
Not a bad idea.
Agreed.
you put like guns and stuff.
Actually, you know what they should do? They should do that with the bases. They should make the bases so you can lift it
Yes.
up. And,
Yeah, that's a
can-
great
Yeah.
idea. That's a freaking fantastic
Well,
idea.
Parm, we're gonna see that idea in 6 months.
I know.
I know.
We-
I should have
We
patented
called
that.
it here. Parm coined that idea. We
Yeah,
called it here.
That's Parm's idea. Parm, honestly, you should make that shit. That's freaking brilliant.
Well, talking of things where you can store stuff, my Hermione came with a 1/6 scale
My
wardrobe.
gosh.
Yes, it's getting creepy now, right, Nathan? Really.
Oh, like an actual wardrobe. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
An
cool.
actual wardrobe with books.
I don't know.
That's crazy, dude.
And it opens,
That's crazy,
Like-
bro.
and it's just So
What else can you find in there, Nathan? What else is in there?
there's
That's creepy.
I don't know. There's magic.
Holy shit, bro.
But in all
We
seriousness,
need
it's
to,
a
we,
good
we
way
need to talk, Nathan.
But I will say, look, overall, this figure is just cool looking. It just hits that cool
Yeah,
factor
it
for
looks
me.
great.
It's
Yeah,
just
for sure.
really, really, really nice.
Yeah.
So I would imagine this thing will do very well. So, let's move on from Hot Toys. We've got quite a bit more, a decent amount more to talk about. So the next thing we're going to go to is this Hyperreal. Where is it here? There it is. It's the PCS Hyper 1/3 Hyperreal Emperor Palpatine. I mean, this thing is. We talked about the other one, the seated 1/3 that they made. That doesn't have the silicone head, all that stuff.
Yep.
This is their kind of like higher up version than that, and I think it's what is it? What's the price on this thing? Yeah, 1950, so 2000. So yeah,
For
it's
what
a-
it is, I think that it's high, but it's not a bad price for what it is.
Yeah, it's
One-third
just-
scale.
I was just
It's,
talking
it's around the J&D Studios, probably slightly less than the J&D Studios 1/3 line, isn't it? So it's kind of it's around the ballpark for 1/3 Hyperreal.
Right. Yeah, it's a big boy, and
I was just talking to a fellow collector about this yesterday. He's in our group, and he has quite a extensive statue collection. And I was just curious to get feedback on like the hyperrealism, the 1/3 scale, and I mean it's got it's got a lot of good praise. Someone mentioned earlier though, something in relation to PCS specifically, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it or figure out what the issue was.
I think for me, it's a great price. It's a 1/3 scale statue,
Yeah.
but there's something not quite right for me on the portrait, and I think
Oh,
from the side here, I think there's too much. I think there's too much fabric, but I'm picking now. But
Yeah.
if you've got this on display, it's a great size. It's a centerpiece. But for me, the face is not quite. I was expecting it to be, considering Hot Toys do a very good 1/6 version of this. I was expecting this to be a little bit better. It's not bad. I'm and it's great value for money as well. And I just think there's a lot of fabric on that. That doesn't look too bad from there. But there's just something. He looks quite young in some of the, and I know Ian was young when he played the Emperor, but if you know what I mean, from certain angles, he looks quite young.
It's interesting because I look at this and I'm like, damn, this thing looks freaking ridiculous. Like,
But it's also good to get it perspective. Because remember we were talking about the clothing, Matt, when we did the spotlight, and I said it's one of the things that's kind of hard to get because
it is.
It's very cumbersome, but it can't look too heavy like it's weighing him down.
Right.
And it's a tricky thing to capture.
That's true.
I did say that it might be a little futzing, and you have to kind of play with it a little bit to get it to sit right.
It's probably what you got to do. Yeah, it's probably what you got to do. I mean, I'm going to be in the minority. It's just I've seen it a few times now. Images of it. It's very, very impressive.
He does, Tony. You're right. He does look slightly younger.
Tony, do you like the seated one? Have you seen the seated one? Is that the same for you? Same thing?
I'd need to see. Yeah, if you've got images of that, I need to see that. I probably need to see that again. This is the one that I had a look at this a while ago actually, and I just thought then it just seemed to be a lot of fabric, and for me it was his face sculpt. It was only at certain angles, but
sure.
I just was expecting for a 1/3 scale, for it to be a little bit more dialed in on the head sculpt.
I'll tell you what, the good thing is that Tony doesn't have space for this, so it doesn't really matter.
It's irrelevant. It's totally irrelevant.
Him and Parm aren't getting this. Just so
we're not getting it.
Neither am I. It's just too big. But here's a quick.
Love the base. Love the base.
Yeah, the base. You can see all the relief kind of things that they do underneath the base here. I mean,
Fantastic.
It's just look at the Senate, the Death Star over here. I mean, you've got some really. I mean, geez, dude, it's just cool looking. Him and
Is
Vader.
PCS going to be at San Diego Comic Con? Will they have this on display?
They should. Yes, they should.
I mean, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, it might look completely different
Correct.
if you get your eyes on it, Matt. If you're going, and
I will say, Jason and I saw the mall. We didn't see the Hyperreal mall, but we saw the regular mall at San Diego Comic Con. It looked freaking great. It looked really good. And those, I wasn't sold on the whole like relief things going around the bottom of the base, but when I saw it in person, it clicked for me, and I was like, yeah, that looks really good. It's really nice.
And what we got to remember, this is it's a statue. It's not trying to be a prop replica or anything. So the relief I get because it's selling the story, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's what you're doing. It's going to be a centerpiece.
There's a better shot.
Yeah, that looks the one on the right. It looks better with his cloak off. I mean, there is still something not quite right for me on that. I don't know.
What's going to be interesting is to see if a lot of people jump out of 1/6 scale, sell up and buy some of this stuff, because I think one of the draws of 1/6 scale is the sculpts, right? I mean, Hot Toys and stuff have always produced, at least for humans, much better sculpts than were available on statues, at least from the Star Wars line.
The sheer presence of this, though, you'd sacrifice a little bit, even if this wasn't quite spot on, because this would look. Just in terms of sheer presence, it's going to look amazing, isn't it?
I can see people doing that, and I know people have done that on other lines. I've seen people who have become J&D studio collectors, and they've sold all their Hot Toys to kind of focus on the 1/3 scale. So it'll be interesting to see if we see something similar happen in the Star Wars collecting field.
Darth Dread says the issue with PCS can be their shipping times. Mr. X, for example, has been waiting over a year for his RoboCop piece.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't bought too much from PCS. The only thing I'll say that I have bought from them so far is their, what was it, that pumpkin, the Halloween, like Jason pumpkin or whatever, whatever that thing that they sold. I bought one of those. I haven't gotten that yet. So I don't know anything much about them, but I know what we've seen in person at the cons, and they look really good. And I think they're doing a lot with this line even so far. Like it's going to be interesting where they go from here.
Do people have the Darth Maul in hand yet then, or not? I don't recall seeing, because if you saw that at the last San Diego Comic Con, then
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So I guess people will have to wait, a long time.
But it's the same. It's the same type of thing with Blitzway, right? We all go, oh, Blitzway looks so good, but no one has them in hand yet. So I think that's happening. Anakin should probably be getting to people towards the end of this year, something like that. So this whole like action statue thing, we don't know what that's going to end up being like, or if they're really, really going to deliver on that. Black label version. We don't.
Is this similar to the Anakin then? Is it like a semi sort of posable?
No, this is a statue.
Okay.
It has a silicone portrait, which I don't know if the Blitzways do that. Do they, Jason? Do you know? Do the Blitzway black labels have silicone? I'm not sure.
The black label, yeah. So the black label Anakin has a silicone portrait. That's what makes it the black label.
Okay, I wasn't sure what I know.
Or the other one it's
rooted hair.
Pretty much the same, but it's just a sculpted version. Yeah.
Okay.
See, this is the one that for me where the face sculpt doesn't look. It's around the mouth for me, and there's almost too much lines. Just wrinkles just on the side of his cheeks and stuff. I don't know. I'm being hyper picky, but for a 1/3 scale statue that's super detailed, I just would have expected to be a little bit more dialed in. But these are just images. I think once you get it in hand, it's just gonna, for the size of it, it's going to be super impressive.
I honestly think that the cloak and all that drapes really well. Like it feels like it falls really well, and it. I do think it like it looks like the weight of the material is actually kind of nice. I mean, it looks pretty good to me. I was saying this thing would look pretty awesome if you stuck it next to, if you put it next to like what was it, Disney that sold that cane?
MR Master Replicas, Master Replica,
yeah, that would be really amazing next to this. Here's another closer shot of the base, the relief kind of things that they've got going on. Really cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I like that.
It's really nice. I mean, we'll see. Again, I think you're spot on with the like what's this going to look like in hand? What are people going to actually think about this thing when we see it? I mean, I will say we could always go. Let me see. Yeah, this is the other version here, Parm. Let me see if I can get a closer shot. So that
looks better. Yeah, that looks better.
It's a little more of the head sculpt. I mean,
that light above his head creates such a dramatic effect on the face.
Yeah, that's nice.
I think this is sculpted though. This is sculpted in.
Yeah.
So that suffers a little bit for me. I prefer the other one.
The other one, you mean, or
I think I've said it before. The unfortunate position of his legs. I'm sure that's accurate, but it just looks a bit pronounced because it looks like somebody's chucked a bucket of water over him. So it
does.
It's difficult because some of these pictures are. I think the standing version with the fabric is for me would be the one the way to go. Even though that having that throne there as well as a centerpiece, can you imagine Vader stood behind him?
Yeah.
You know, that
Yeah.
would make, and if they do a Luke, you know, stood either side, would
Yeah.
be fantastic.
It's gonna be amazing. I was telling Jason probably the only thing I would buy from PCS, because if I don't collect 1/3, so having a 1/3 piece, it has to kind of be on its own. I think separated and just kind of in its own place. If I were to do that, it would have to be like a Hoth Luke, or something like something special like that. I don't think I could just do anything. But anyway, that's the PCS statue. So let's go to the next thing. This, I just want to talk about this really quick. This is from Scruffy Looking Workshop. It's the Minch-Muppet concept model bust. This is the next in line in their, they just did the
For those who got the guard.
Yeah, the Royal Guard concept.
Yeah.
So this is the next
Based off of
in line.
Joe's work, right? This is based off of Joe Johnson's sketch, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it looks pretty cool. I don't know.
It's interesting what they did with the mixed media, how they did the hair.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like that look. Yeah.
It's cool. I mean, honestly, I think these look really, like, everyone that gets them in hand seems to really like them.
So they get a lot of good feedback, and I know that we were concerned if it was going to be sort of mixed or a little divisive there, but I mean, so compared to, like, let's say like a General Giant bust, they have a very form factor look to them, very specific style and aesthetic, where these just kind of are unique in their own way and stand out a little differently, and you're getting that sort of conceptual artwork that just jumps off the page. And I mean, yeah, look, when you compare it, if you look at it at first glance and you're not familiar with the conceptual stuff, it's like, what is this? This is weird, right? But then you look at the artwork, you're like, oh, that's bang on, right? That's
right.
Even that little bit of the belly coming out and the shirt on top, like pushed up. I mean, it's going to be fun to see, where they go with this and what other characters come from this. And I think, I think it's going to be a great line. I think it's going to do well.
Yeah, it's
they
interesting.
even captured the smile pretty good.
It's so
compared to the
interesting.
art.
It's so interesting making an actual physical piece from a drawing. You know what I mean? Like that whole idea. I'm actually personally not a huge fan. I've talked about this with you, Jason. I'm not a huge fan of that. I just feel like it, like, I wouldn't want to put something in my collection that's like just a concept drawing that they turned into a piece, right? But I can also understand that if you're I'm also not a huge concept guy. So if you're really, really into the concept stuff, I get that this might be perfect for you. Not my favorite, but man, I do know that people seem to really like the previous one. So, and they're going to keep rolling
and the
these
great
out.
thing too is they're extremely affordable. I think they sell for roughly around $100 US.
Yeah, they're well priced. Yeah, really well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice.
I mean, we pay more than that on shipping for some of the things we buy.
Yeah. Particularly the UK. I agree. I think this is definitely more aligned to the Gentle Giant run of concept statues that they did, the busts. So I think if you're a collector of those, something like this would be a great addition. And you could almost put them with the Regal Robot stuff, although the Regal Robot is obviously based off of actual concept sculpted, right? This is kind of taking, like you said, art and then producing a sculpture from the art.
It's a cool idea. I like the way the display base is. We talked about that previously. The little plaque is magnetic. It's a cool way of doing it. I think this is limited to 60 pieces, so it's gonna be a limited piece. It's cool, and I think the more they make, the more people might jump on and go, "Oh, I want to get all of these or whatever," right? So yeah, pretty cool piece. That's actually out for pre-sale right now. It's $160. I mean, that's not bad at all. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Considering, so. Cool. Let's go to the next. piece. The next thing. I wanted to talk about this real quick. This is RS Prop Masters, the AT-AT helmet update that they put out. So they specifically sent out emails to collectors. It was in a video that they were saying, "Hey, we want to figure out if you want what was it? It was clean, light weathering, or light weathering and chipped." Right, is kind of what they put out there. So they're now sending emails out to people. I got one just the other day that from Andrea and responded, and so yeah. I mean, I what do you guys think? Do you guys think most people are going to get them clean? Do you think most collectors are going to try to go with like a lightly weathered? I actually picked lightly weathered and chipped because I think it looks good.
I think when they originally announced that they were going to offer weathered options, most people were commenting immediately saying they wanted weathered because, you know, we're kind of used to the whole weathered look on Star Wars props. But then there was an argument that actually these appeared very clean on screen. So I think that's why there was that follow-up video to show on the gray stripe ones, or the no stripe ones, I should say, perhaps they were clean. And on the red stripe ones, there was definitely some weathering, particularly on the rear of the helmet. So, you know, that I ordered a red stripe. So because of that video, I decided to go lightly weathered.
To go lightly weathered. See, Jason had an interesting thought with this one where he was saying that, like if you look at the helmets now, they're lightly weathered and chipped because they were...
That's handling and age.
That's handling and time and all that stuff. I just prefer that look because my other stuff is kind of like that. So I'm like, I think it'll look good next to other things. And I think I just kind of prefer that look. So I went with that, but I can totally understand someone wanting it clean because that's kind of how they were on screen.
Well, a lot of the promo shots of the AT-AT helmet were clean. So even on the Kenner card back, it just looked very clean. So
right.
Yeah,
I was on the fence, to be honest, but I think that video just pushed me over the edge to go slightly weathered. And I know the weathering is going to be very kind of, you know, subtly done. So you're effectively going to get a mostly clean helmet with just a touch of weathering, perhaps in the kind of
it's very the lightly weathered one looks really subtle. And you could sort of see that once Rob did that video, you could see the logic behind it as well. You know, the red stripe came afterwards, and they probably thought, right, okay, you know, somebody's just put a bit of wash on the back, you know, on the back of it. I mean, it's definitely on there. You can see it. So, you know, they're both the same helmets. They've just stuck the red stripe on afterwards. But I do like the idea of your sort of archive look, Matt, where you wanted something that's been you know, perhaps it's been handled post production.
Like the canisters, if you look at the canisters, you can tell that it was more or less that the paint wasn't adhering well to it versus mixture of it just didn't adhere well and handling. So that's why that was, because that flakes a different way. When paint doesn't stick well to something, it's a different type of flaking. So that was an interesting look. And like you're right, because it's the two in the same helmets just for the fun of it. I know a lot of people already know this, but for those who are watching that don't, they were originally tie helmets. And there's only two AT-AT helmets that were ever made. They originally tie helmets. They put a new coat of paint over them. And then for that shot, to make it look like there were more, they didn't have 4 helmets. They had the 2. Then they added the red stripe. And as you mentioned, Tony, they probably added a little bit of subtle weathering just to kind of diversify it a little bit more. Like, hey, these are different drivers. And then anything we see after the fact, because one had gone missing for quite some time, just got returned just a few years ago, and and all of that, the images that we see post are due to handling and or mishandling and whatnot, because neither one of these exists in the archive. They're both in private collections. But then any pre-production or production shots that we see, whether it's for advertisements or toys, Kenner, etc., they're all very clean. They're all very clean helmets.
Yeah.
But if you look very, very carefully, you will see some subtleness, like near the mohawk and in the crevices. But it's just a tinge. But I do like that. I mean, you guys know me. I'm all about how it looks today versus, I love that just sort of raw, kind of chipped away, rushed, get this on screen, get it shot. Even that one section where it has like a little bit of the black tie showing through in the back of the head. Like, I like that look. So I think it's a good idea. I started seeing some comments that were a little bit outside the box, and this isn't to take away from anybody's, because it's all subjective, right? But one person was like, "Oh, I love my sand troopers. Like, he's not a sand trooper. Like, let's dial it down." And then one person uniquely, and I didn't think there was anything necessarily wrong with this, but it was confusing to me, asked, "Hey, is there a possibility where I can forego the bubble lenses and just get, like the flat lens that you see and like the stunt troopers?" Which I thought was interesting. And I was like, maybe that's just preference, but for accuracy purposes, you're kind of going away from that a little bit. So I thought that was a little
I like
but
the bubble lenses, dude. The bubble lenses look cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah, the
I
bubble
think
lenses, right?
yeah, I think the whole problem with this not problem with this helmet is there's not much out there in terms of like reference or anything,
Right.
because the promo shots that we see are so blown up that it makes the helmet look white. And, there was that whole thing years ago, it's a white helmet. Kenner made the figure white, and then when you actually see it on screen, it looks white, from the front, and then when you sort of, when the ones that came out of private hands, it was on StarWarsHelmets.com. It was shock horror. It's grey, and it's the same. It's the same type of thing with the Rebel Trooper helmet as well, where we all thought it looked, it was white. We thought it was white, and they had to make it grey so it'd go onto a white background. But I think it's just a lot of guesswork with this because it's not been held in the archives.
Right.
They were literally just sort of chucked away, I think, and then probably, there was a lot of stuff that was thrown out of L Street, wasn't there? A lot of Stormtrooper helmets went missing. A lot of stuff from Empire went missing because the archives was not available during the filming of Empire. It only came out of Return of the Jedi. So a lot of this stuff is just, it's gone to the wind, really. And it's just amazing that RS have managed to get in front of the Screen Use one. But even that, it's difficult to know what's, they're trying to sort of give you the most accurate helmet possible, but it looks like that Lucasfilm did do something, between the red stripe and the non-red stripe in terms of, marking it up a bit with the weathering, but there is some guesswork there. And I think Rob's, he's trying to give, he's trying to give you all the options and throw it over to the collector, because you're legitimate in having it all chipped up as well, because it's going to look like the one that's in private hands now. And I like the look of that as well. I like the look of it chipped up.
I do too,
even though it's not screen accurate.
I do too. That's what I went for, and that's what I'm excited to get. And I think I got the red stripe as well. I'm excited for this. I think it's gonna
looks amazing. Looks fantastic.
It really does. It looks amazing. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. I just wanted to talk about that because I know they did an update. They did an update on the B-wing as well, but I didn't. I didn't really know if do you know what the update is for that one? Are they getting?
I think they're close. They're getting close to shipping those, or at least a batch of those out. They were waiting on some pieces. I think it was to secure the visors on. And the visors themselves, which take some time to, particularly the orange one, takes some time to dye. So they're getting pretty close to shipping at least an initial batch out of those.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
and I think we'll be doing an unboxing on this one too, Matt. Right?
Yeah, we will.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, this has just been.
Long
wait for this, but collectors have been waiting for RS to make this for, when they I think they teased their Project Hoth, didn't they, a few years ago, and everybody then was like, they're going to do an ATAT. I think they did one a few years ago. They weren't happy with it, and then they then had access to this, to a Screen News one. So, this is a massive release from RS.
Yeah, stunning. Dill's asking if everyone got one. I'm guessing Nathan, you did not pick one up.
No.
Right.
No.
Do you have any RS helmets, Nathan, yet?
No, I did look. I looked at one. I looked at getting the Scout Trooper one.
Right.
A few years ago.
We need to get you some RS helmets because they're so good.
I had a Black Series Scout Trooper which I literally just sold, but I am kind of because obviously RS don't do any prequel stuff, so I like having. I've got my clone helmets. I've got my Mando
Right.
things. You know, I'm not never say never.
You need
I,
one. You need a couple helmets because they're
maybe like
they're
a
so nice.
like a classic stormtrooper or something. Maybe.
Mhm.
So Darth Red says he's getting the red stripe one. JB says, I don't know what this is about.
It's a quote from the film.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, there you go.
The one thing I was going to, sorry, Matt. The one thing I was going to ask is there any? Did they say anything about the stand at all? Is that just going to be the sort of standard adjustable one? Are they doing anything special for this?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Mentioned.
I don't know.
Initially, I don't want to speak for anything, but remember way back when, as Tony mentioned, this has been teased over the years, but as RS always does, they want to make it as accurate as possible. So they don't want to put out something that's almost, right? They want to put it out
right.
as accurate as it can be. And there was discussion of having sort of a decorum base, but then we were in that weird phase, not us in particular, but collectors, where like these themed bases were becoming a thing. So I don't know if it got scrapped based on that, if it's just going to be the typical black acrylic, or if it's going to be like a black MDF. But I mean, this will look good on those sort of Lucasfilm style bases that what's it called, Tom Spina Design sells on their site. I think I might opt for something like that.
Jason, that's what I was going to say. I would suggest anybody, absolutely anybody, picking up helmets these days. If you don't like the stand it comes with, go look at those Tom Spina Design stands. They look really good.
They're fantastic. I turn people on some all the time, and they still kind of like, well, I'm not sure. And then when I take pictures, I'm like, this is how they sit. They look great, clean cut. Yeah,
they look really nice. So yeah, that might be a good option. Okay, that's cool. Hopefully we see those soon. Those are, I'm looking forward to that. Let's go on to I believe. Let me see here. Yeah. Okay. I'm actually really excited about this. This is a collaboration that Star Wars and Coca-Cola are doing. 30 limited edition character designs. Some I think are, so it's interesting. I was looking at it closer because I actually went to like CVS and found these, our like local, like, you know, one of our local, you know, pharmacies or whatever. And I was telling Jason, because I was on the phone with Jason, I was like, oh, I found these things. Like maybe I should pick them up and show them on camera or something. But then I wasn't sure if they had all the same designs in the classic Coca-Cola versus the what's it called? What's the other one?
Coke Zero.
Yeah, the Coke Zero. And apparently there's different designs for each. So you can get different ones and there's different characters for each thing. And then I think there's even some limited ones at the parks. But this looks, I mean, these things look fantastic. I have to say, like, they just look so good. And I'm actually looking forward to getting some of these and actually, collecting, like putting them in the collection.
Yeah.
They look great.
They look
That's pretty cool.
fantastic.
They have 30 different.
Are you going to drink? Are you going to drink? Are you going to actually drink the drink, or are you going to just sort of no?
No, I'm going to leave it. I'm just gonna straight up take them out of the thing and put them on my shelf.
Yeah.
I just think these look really good.
Cool.
That's how the Emperor should look.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
I mean, look at how cool is this,
There you
dude?
go, Nathan.
Like, Anakin
That looks fantastic.
It looks great. You know, like Vader
I'm waiting
looks
for somebody
amazing.
to show up and pay $350 at the con to have Hayden sign the Coke can.
For real, yeah, for real though.
It's gonna happen. Someone's gonna do it.
100%. And then Leia looks great.
Have you seen the advert for this?
I don't think I have. No,
It's like the best Star Wars advert ever.
I'll have to look at it. I think it's below this.
Yeah,
by
man,
the way.
I was telling you about it. That's how I knew about them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's below this.
Oh, that's
Freaking
good.
Yoda.
That's a cool
They
one.
did a lot of-
I love
Yoda
that.
looks great.
They did a lot of collaborations with Pepsi over the years, hence the statues and the jars and the caps that you can collect, and so it's interesting to see the Coca-Cola run. I like to have the tall boys that they kind of have with an extra image,
Yeah,
and it's funny sometimes. I kid you not, you'll see me drinking a Coca-Cola on stream sometimes, and people are like, for people who know what's going on with my health, they'll be like, "How could you be drinking that poison?" And it's funny. The ironic thing is, like, I wasn't a very big soda drinker, but because of all the nausea I deal with, the Coca-Cola actually helps settle. It helps settle the nausea.
Mm.
But that's how Otherwise, I would have never even known about these designs, and I saw them, and I was like, oh, look at this. This is
So
pretty
cool.
cool. Yeah. I mean,
mean,
even Poe looks amazing.
C-3PO. The tall ones are great.
Yeah, it's cool.
Dude. The tall ones are
Yeah,
so
it's
So
sick.
look
great.
at look at him at the chess set. That's
really
great.
good. Yeah.
It's awesome, dude. Chewbacca.
Are these
I think-
available in the UK as
I
well, or
think-
is
I
it only in the States?
I want to say the tall ones maybe are the ones that are actually ones that you can only get at the park, maybe.
Mm.
Because I know Chewbacca is definitely one you can only get at the park. But they've even got them on the
so you
glass
found it out,
bottles.
Matt?
Yeah, I think there's a few characters you can only get at Disneyland and Disney, Disney World. So, which makes sense. You know, they want to kind of, this is cool. The Andor, you got Andor in there. Obviously, the bottle ones I don't think look nearly as good. They just
No, they can't
No.
you can hardly see the graphic. It's not really there. The
Mm.
cans look amazing. They just look so freaking good, man. Like
Yeah, clever.
really, really smart. This is the ad. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear this. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
You got good hearing now.
I think it's just music. Isn't it?
We don't serve your kind here.
Is this? I don't know, but it's a different. Oh no, it's just a.
Dude, that's a long ass. We're not gonna watch this whole.
Yeah.
Thing. But
Yeah.
I do need to watch that because that looks like a freaking fantastic ad. They really went all out with that. That's cool. Anyway, I was super excited about this. So I when I saw this, I put it up in our group, and I've just been kind of following along. I really want to get some of these. So it's cool that they're doing that. I like this kind of extra side collectible stuff, you know.
So you guys will see it. It says July 7th. It'll be available in North America, Latin America, Europe, Japan, and APAC.
Mm.
Is that all?
No, APAC is what's it called? It's Asian Pacific
Asia Pacific,
Oh,
so
yeah.
China.
countries. Yeah.
They make it seem like only available. That's most of the world. Latin America,
Yeah,
Europe,
pretty
North
much. Yeah,
America.
pretty much.
Available everywhere.
JB says, surprised the Coca-Cola logo is in Arabic, which would have been cool.
Oh, that would have been cool.
That would have been
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That's what they have at the parks.
They have that at the parks, yeah.
Galaxy Edge,
They have that at the parks, but
I-
I think they said with this one,
So Matt,
yeah,
I don't mean to keep cutting you,
the Mandalorian Grogu, real quick. The Mandalorian Grogu, who gives a shit? First Order Stormtrooper, who gives a shit? And Chewbacca, which we do give a shit. Those are going to be the ones at the Walt Disney World and Disneyland. So
and then regular Coke and Coke Zero will have different characters. They won't cross
right,
bottles. So like if it's originally of Lando, Obi-Wan, Amidala, Kylo Ren, etc., and then Coke Zero, you have Vader, Yoda, Princess Leia, Anakin. So Coke Zero is getting all the good designs.
it does. It really does look like it. Like, and honestly, they look really. It just looks really good in both of them. So I think next time I see the Coke Zero ones, I'm going to pick them up because I'm down, dude. I'm down to. I don't drink Coke Zero anymore, but I'll say the only Coke I drink now, every now and then, is I'll get I don't know if you've ever had a Mexican Coke, but they
Right.
actually make their Coca-Cola
With the real sugar?
with cane sugar, and it's so good. It's so freaking good. Probably just as poisonous, but it's so good. It's worth it.
So does this? Is it a thing where you don't know, like you buy a box and then you see which ones are in, or is it like?
I think
Is
so.
it like? Yeah, so you don't know which ones you're gonna get.
Yeah,
would
I mean,
buy.
it says the zero sugar has, like Jason was saying, Darth Vader, Yoda, Princess Leia, Anakin, Luke Skywalker. It does have a Chewbacca in it, probably a different one. Han Solo, BB-8. So it's got all these characters. I can't imagine you're not going to get all of them in one.
Dude, people are already
12
flipping
pack.
them on eBay. It's ridiculous.
I don't think.
Matt,
We'll
you're
collect-
going to
we'll
end up buying
collect anything.
loads of, like,
Maybe.
loads of crates of Coke just
Yeah,
to get
I mean,
all the characters.
Yeah, the bummer is, if you get all these extra, you get the characters. If
You
you
gotta
don't
get
get
that
all of them
chase.
you want, you just got to keep getting more of these. damn
Collect them
things.
all.
Oh my gosh, too many cans sitting around, but pretty cool. I just thought that was a fun thing that's going on now. So, the next thing we're going to chat about is not, it is not Star Wars, but I still wanted to. I don't think we chatted about it. We talked about it yet. It's this guy.
Donavan.
So it's Regal Robot, Donovan's Demise. It's a prop replica bust. I just wanted to talk about this real quick, get your guys' thoughts on it. Jason and I did a product spotlight with Tom and talking about this, and it was pretty fascinating. Like it's just I just feel like this is a classic example of what Regal Robot do so well. I just think they do busts and bigger pieces so well, and I don't think Indiana Jones. I don't think they've done that for Indiana Jones yet. So this is kind of the first thing that they've done in that style, and I just think they killed it. It's so good.
Yeah, the price point was incredible on it as well, I thought, for a one-to-one bust. I mean, it was cheaper than any one-to-one bust that they've released so far in my memory.
Yep.
And that raised an interesting discussion. I think, Jason, you probably remember this on the Regal Robot fan page, where they asked people whether they would be happy if they were to do a second run, which would just be a numbered edition. And I think the majority of people weren't happy with that because obviously, that wasn't stated at the outset. So it was an interesting discussion, to be honest, because I think, a lot of people have missed out on Regal Robot pieces, in the past. And a lot of people asked Tom, would you consider releasing something like this again? Or, and Tom's been like, well, no, we've done that. We're not revisiting. So it was kind of interesting that they, perhaps, they were surprised by it selling out so quickly.
It's just funny. I'm laughing because leave it to collectors to be like, no.
How dare anybody?
How dare you make more of these?
I mean, this conversation can go on for a bit, but Parm, you bring up such a good point, and it's this mixed area because I even commented and threw my hat in the ring a little bit because it's like, well, some of the things that are being asked to be brought back were done 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And there was logistic issues, there was complexities, there's price differences. They're in the middle of the run now as we speak.
Right. It's
so
possible.
Tacking on to that. And the other thing is, I'm not sure, I can't speak for Tom and his team or Regal. I'm not sure if they expected this to do so well or sell out so quickly. I think they kind of test the pulse and get a feel for what's what and have a pretty good idea. They're pretty dialed in by now as to what's what. But I don't think they expected it to sell so quickly. And with that, it's not always Regal Robot's choice. So what people need to realize is that if every once in a while, if they're coming to the table and saying, hey, will collectors be open to a secondary release minus this or with an addition of that, that could be Disney or the licensee being like, hey, it sold out really well. Let's try to push those numbers further. So there's that as well. And I'm not saying that in defense or biasly on behalf of Regal Robot to protect them as of like, oh, well, they're all about integrity, but there are other factors at play. I don't think it was a bad idea to offer it, but I do think that they listened to the collectors. They took the feedback, with sincerity and said, hey, the people spoke, and it's going to be a no. Because as many people that were like, hey, I missed this, I didn't jump on it, I wasn't expected to sell so quickly, or I was going to buy it a month from now. Yeah, I'll take a second one, especially if it's going to be a couple $100 cheaper with no signature. And then the people that were like, hey, it was announced at 80, however the edition size is, this is what it's supposed to be at. Let's keep it that way. It's what it is.
Jason, what you're saying, I can understand people being frustrated, being like, hey, let's go back and make all of these, like all kinds of things, right, that they want from Regal Robot. But like what you're saying about like they're in the run currently, that's why it makes sense.
That's why it makes sense. Yeah, people being like, "Oh, remake the urn." Yeah, because it's selling for $2,000.
Yeah, and what are they? They're going to go back and start that whole process again? No, like they're in the middle of making this thing.
Already making it. Yes,
it's totally possible for them to just make more of them. I mean, it would be the same. It would be the same if they came out with something, and it sold out quickly, and they were like, well, let's make more of this Star Wars piece that we're already making. Like, I get it. I totally get it. Now I can.
It's already on the table. The paints are out.
Yeah, I understand the collector side of it of wanting a piece that is exclusive and exclusive and just not I get it. I get the argument on that side. I just think people need to. I don't know. I just kind of think people need to calm down and just say, like, look, yeah, you're getting something, a collectible that's exclusive. It's even if he puts this out again, it's still going to be somewhat limited anyway. And on top of that, like, I don't know. I just don't think it matters that much. I think let other people have a shot at this.
Yeah, but to some people, Matt, to some people, I mean, pardon me, to some people it does. It
definitely does. It definitely does.
I mean, look. This conversation actually came up ironically today about the Snowtrooper Commander, and someone had just asked. I was in discussion with this person, and they just asked, and I said, "Hey, by the way," I was like, we initially were going to make only 50 because it was such a niche item, and it needed so much explaining at the time. We were going to cap it at 50, and even that I felt was not necessarily a lot, but more than enough.
Yeah.
And then it was you and Steve who decided, hey, let's be fair and give everybody a chance. Now, it wasn't like we were making 300 of them, but jumping it up an extra 25 made it so that those few extra people that came in, 2 or 3 behind the 50, were able to get one. But, lo and behold, the entire run at the time didn't sell out. Yeah. So it's just it's trying to find that sweet spot, right?
Yeah.
And that's not always easy, no matter how long you've been doing it or how well you do it.
There's the other side of that coin, though, Jason, where like you also have to appreciate as a collector that this also helps Regal Robot make money, and
keeps them going. Yeah.
Keeps them going longer. Helps them maybe put some of that money into other products in the future, more Indiana Jones products, right? Like. It can benefit you as a collector if this happens, even in the future. Just for that reason alone.
If you're going into it with an investment mindset of, it's locked in at this is what we were told, keep it at that because, that can it's like, hey, well, if they make another run, yours is still exclusive and limited, plus you're allowing them to prosper further. The more they do, the more money they pull in, the more they're able to make, the more longer they're going to continue.
Yeah.
We can't just assume that because they're successful today, they're going to be here tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, it's not as if they're huge numbers, right? And I think what a good compromise would have been is maybe agreed on a very small edition size of numbered ones. Maybe like, okay, what if we agree on maybe making an extra 25 or something like that? Right. That wouldn't have harmed the market value of what people have had already, in my view. But it's a difficult conversation to have because
it opens up the 57,000. We want the Rancor remade, which I love the Rancor, but every time something like this happens, with I think it happened with Reuse, and then there was this whole argument about releasing the Rancor. They ain't gonna do it, so get over it, and you're gonna have to put it on the third part,
But Tony, this is why I'm a big fan of like put out limited edition versions that have signatures and all this stuff, and then put out a normal version that's timed. Put a timed version out that whoever buys the thing, that's how many you have to make, right? Like, I love the time stuff because it gives people time.
Gives you a chance. It gives you a chance.
Yeah, to get something, and you don't have to do you don't have to have this. You don't have to have this guy, get carpal tunnel syndrome and sign like 1,000 plaques. You can just, he can sign like 25. And those are the ones that only have 25, right? And they come with the whatever edition. But then you have a timed edition that doesn't come with that. And I think I'm a big fan of that. I would like to see some more of that happen. I honestly don't think with this one, Tom and those guys thought it was going to be as crazy of a hit. Like, we talked to him on the spotlight, and he was like, I don't know. Like, this is the stuff I like, but we'll see what happens, right? And
I think the price on it was so.
Oh, it's great.
It's a great price. I mean, I'm not sure that the Star Wars. I mean, I don't know anything about the licensing. I'm just guessing here. I'm hoping that that bodes well for the Star Wars bus, but
Yeah, right.
they, the gone are the days. I think that CZ3 was the cheapest one that I've seen. I mean, the Tuscan was $3,000, but that had a lot more going on with it. I don't know. Yeah,
I will say, Tony, that we talked to him about this. Again, I think they are trying to work with figuring out a better with certain certain projects. I
Yeah.
think they're trying to figure out how to make them in different ways to bring the price down. So I think they're definitely looking at that. This was a good example of that, and they were able to get the price really nice in a nice place. And I'm hoping that does happen with Star Wars products, because that would be,
it ticks all the boxes. This though, doesn't it? I mean,
it does.
a lot. I keep saying it's in. If you just go to that archives book, because that's what they're going from. That's basically what he's got on his desk, and they're just picking stuff. I'm going to make that. I'm going to make that. I'm going to make that. So I think it's a great offering. Congrats to everyone that's picked it up.
Absolutely.
It does look yeah.
Darth Dread says the issue with the urn, it was the first piece and no one really knew how far Regal Robot would go with the line.
The same is true for the maquette line, right? When I think the first piece was the Tauntaun, wasn't it? And then they did the Jabber, and those sat around for a long time.
You couldn't give those Tauntauns away. Remember, guys?
No, the Tauntaun sat forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Dill's saying the urn is hilarious how much that has skyrocketed. Yeah, it's freaking crazy. Darth said he missed out on the urn. Yeah, I mean, no, you're right. It's tough when something first starts out. It's tough to know how deep they're going to go, how far they're going to go. But with Regal Robot, honestly, you kind of have to expect that they're gonna. I knew that they were going to keep going pretty deep with the Indiana Jones stuff.
Oh yeah,
they have so much access that they just. I mean, look at the maquette line. There are so many more that they're gonna make. Like, they just will not stop because they've scanned so many of these damn pieces. It's crazy. It's crazy how much they're gonna make. And so but once people know that, they like to get in on that kind of thing, right? It makes it even better, which I understand. So anyway, I just thought this was a great piece, and I wanted to chat about it real quick.
Fantastic piece. Details. I mean, this is going to be like the Wampa. When you get it in hand, it's going to be so much more detailed than it is in the images.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. All right, let's go to the next thing. This is just a real quick. I just wanted to cover this just super quick. This is a Jason Raish print. On Bottleneck, In Pursuit of the Empire, 36 by 24 inches.
Yeah, I saw this. Yeah, it looks good.
It looks really nice. I think it is sold out at this point, but it's so hard to. That's why it's so hard to talk about prints, because the minute you can actually talk about them on something like this, they're freaking sold out. They're gone. So just keep an eye out. We'll be posting these in our group. Every now and then when these things are available, but. They had a bunch of different variations of this. Pretty cool. I just thought this was a fun print. I liked it. I thought it was really cool. And someone mentioned it's nice to see blaster fire not in green, which is kind of cool. So yeah, this was a nice piece. And I think we'll be seeing a lot more stuff come out in the next couple weeks because of San Diego Comic-Con. So we'll have a lot more to chat about. So that was that. And then I want to say, I think this is one of the last things that we're going to chat about here.
This is a nice surprise, huh?
Yeah.
This is a surprise.
It's an eclectic group, isn't it?
Yeah, surprise yesterday. Lucas Museum panel, July 27th in Hall H. It's interesting. This is so I looked at July 27th. This is the Sunday, which I wouldn't think you'd normally have a panel like this with these heavy hitters on a Sunday, because Sunday's like the wrap up day, right? For San Diego Comic-Con. But that's when this is happening.
They want all the people, all the scragglers to be gone, not to bother Georgia.
Maybe, yeah. But yeah, you're gonna have George Lucas, Guillermo del Toro, Doug Chang, and then for some reason, Queen Latifah is going to be moderating this panel. So talk about random. I have no idea why the hell that is.
She's probably the biggest
She's a big
Star Wars
Star Wars
fan. I don't
fan?
even know it. Yeah.
I have no idea. What do you guys thoughts on this?
Well,
Amazing.
shocked. I think,
George
yeah, I
was
think I
there.
was shocked. Yeah, I think, yeah, exactly. I was shocked George was going to make an appearance, but that's a great. I'm certainly going to tune in, listen to it. I mean, I'm a big fan of Doug Chang. Really,
Yeah.
am a big,
Doug
you know,
is
his
such a
work's
great,
been-
like, everything about the way he carries himself, the type of person
Yeah.
he is, good business, personal. What a great individual, you know. And he's become one of the. He reminds me sort of like a culmination of the modern day, sort of Joe Johnston, Ralph McQuarrie, all wrapped up into one.
For sure.
But you know, as surprised as I was by this, I think as a bunch of people were messaging me this, and you know, I was kind of getting them all within like 10, 20 minutes of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I was like, is this, you know, true? Then I was like, oh, Hollywood Reporter's pretty reputable. Then I saw this one and I was saying some stuff to Matt. And I thought, and I'm like, everybody's like, well, I'm so surprised this happened. I'm so surprised. I'm like, well, if you put $2 billion of your own money into a museum, wouldn't you be doing a little bit of advertising? So I'm not that surprised after the fact because, you know, it's not a pop up.
No, you're
It's
right.
a
You're
$1
right.
billion, you know, yeah.
It's an I read that through and just that it was interesting they've used that as his like job title now. And I'm thinking, well, hang on a minute, just call him the creator and leave it at that. But
Yeah.
obviously he is there to promote something, you know. So
I mean, look,
but it's cool. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm really excited for this. I think this Jason, let me know if I'm right or wrong on this, but won't this museum be open by the time we have the next celebration?
I believe
Should be
so.
opening next year.
Right?
Yes. And what's good about this too is this will clarify a lot. I'm hoping, I'm not saying it will, I'm hoping this panel will clarify a lot for all of the people that are coming to think they're seeing, you know, sort of the Disney Plus ILM documentary, but in person, right?
Yeah, right.
Because a lot of this has a lot of, you know, I mean, that's going to be 5% of the museum, maybe 10 tops.
Yeah, right.
It just meaning, you know, it's just a small contributing factor to what George has collected and amassed, and you know,
Yeah, you're
and
right.
what they're putting out there, and again, and it's not a static museum either. Just like most museums, it's going to be, you know, rotating exhibitions and, you know, art on loan and art of personal collections and things like that go far outside of Star Wars and Indiana Jones, and the things that are made up of the movie stuff is going to be a culmination of everything related to what ILM's worked on. You know, whether it's been the big blockbusters down to the small, you know, mom and pop type movies and things like that. So it will be interesting to hear what they're going to discuss and what they're going to pitch, or what they're going to sort of push.
I think the issue with this is going to be obviously getting in. I was talking with Jason about this. Like, I've seen the lines for Hall H, and dude, some people stand in that line for like 24 hours. Like,
That's a queue when San Diego Comic-Con opens.
it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't see us possibly, like many people possibly getting into this, but like, it would be really cool. It'd be a really cool discussion to sit in on. I'm super pumped for the museum. I think the next celebration that happens, it'll be really cool because we can not only go to celebration but visit the museum, hopefully, and have a lot to talk about. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. But it was cool that this came out. I thought that was neat.
For sure.
And this does kind of lead us into the next bit of discussion, and we're really just wanted us to chat about our predictions and expectations for San Diego Comic-Con. So like Jason and I did a video on this week, at the beginning of the week, where we just kind of talked about, you know, what do we think we're going to see? What do we think what are we excited to see? Whatever, from different companies. I wanted to kind of get an idea, Nathan, Tony Parminder, what do you guys think? You know, what do you think we're gonna see from, whether it's Hot Toys, Blitzway, Sideshow, some of these And we also talked pretty heavily about how Sideshow's not even going to be there, which is absolutely ridiculous. Again, you know, everybody knows they're not. You know, they're just not going to come back. So, whatever. But they will have the San Diego. They'll have the Sideshow Con thing where they'll show stuff. So, and that the Hot Toys will show stuff there as well. So, what are we thinking we might see, and what are we hoping to see?
I guess we'll see some stuff from Regal, right? I mean, they've announced that they're going to at least showcase a couple of new pieces at San Diego Comic-Con. Perhaps the Space Slug will get its official, you know, final reveal. I guess maybe a date for when that will be available, and maybe some more maquettes, and maybe some other surprises, right? Because we have
you'll definitely see some more maquettes.
A one-to-one.
Are they having a stand?
I don't know if they're having. They normally have a.
I think so.
Like a panel, don't they? I think it's a panel that they do.
I don't know. I keep mixing up Celebration and San Diego Comic-Con with Regal Robot. I don't remember. Do they have a?
I think last year was just a panel.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
But they did.
Like EFX. I think they just have a panel where they show what's coming, and I think last year EFX. What do they show? The TIE Interceptor and the Vader revealer helmets, and maybe they'll be. And then there was the Stormtrooper concept that I saw a picture of that floating around recently, where that was, I think it was there was a show in Hong Kong very recently that they showed that Macquarie Stormtrooper helmet. So maybe that's, you know.
Yeah. I definitely think with Regal we'll see, we might see, you're right. They might not have a booth there. It'd be so cool if they did, but, I think hopefully we'll see some more about the slug, you know, the space slug thing that we've been talking about. I would just like to see, I would love to see more bigger things come out of Regal Robot.
I'd love to see a Star Wars, but the next Star Wars bust. I just think it's been forever. It feels like it's been forever.
It's been a while, and I know the slug is a big thing for them, and people are really excited for that. But I kind of want to. I want to see something. I want to see some more pieces that are sizable from them for Star Wars. Like I like the maquette line; it's cool. I might pick a piece up every now and then, but like I want to see some bigger stuff from them personally. So, but yeah, what Tony or Nathan, what do you think? You think anything from Hot? I mean, we're gonna see so many things from Hot Toys, but like, what do you think?
I mean, I always like. I mean, obviously, like you said, Sideshow aren't going to be there, but I wonder if Hot Toys will have. I don't know if they'll have their own thing, but maybe. Know. But I like seeing Hot Toys at cons because they sometimes put like random ones,
right,
that we haven't seen before on display, and it's like, are they going to make it, or they're not going to?
Right,
But recently they.
Yeah, we're probably.
That's the thing. There's lots of ones in the graveyard, but recently ones they have teased, they have made like not long after, so it's always a nice surprise to see ones that they teased years ago and we haven't seen, and then all of a sudden they decide to make it, like Padme, for example, or
right.
Or,
we need to see. We need to see it. I'd love to see it. You know, an Empire ham. You know, whether it's hot or Bespin.
Yeah.
Just make it. Come on,
for real.
They could do both, but like I was saying about my Sideshow one, it's got the jacket underneath. You could have one body with two sculpts, one with a helmet on and one without. Then you can have the jacket and the snow coat, and then
I think a perfect DX release from Hot Toys would be a Bespin Han and a Han in Carbonite. That would be a great release.
Cool, yeah.
Bespin Han would be great.
They could go Hoth Han with a Hoth Chewie, with snow, effects or something. You know, that
or
would
a Hoth Han with a probe droid. Yeah, they could do a ton of stuff. We should work for Hot Toys. We've got all these great ideas.
do they generally, like, when they come out with figures, do they come out with like one or two OT figures and then a bunch of other, like, what's the ratio of original
it's not
trilogy?
really,
one OT figure a year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really.
That's the thing. It's always, recently it seems to be, obviously because there's not that much that has been out, apart from Andor, but then they only made couple from Andor anyway, but they tend to it just tends to be whatever they feel like.
Yeah.
Like we might randomly get a figure from, we might like we were saying, might just randomly get a Empire Han or Bespin Han.
Yeah.
Or we could just get a random prequel figure, or Poe Dameron from the sequel trilogy that was
Poe
teased
Dameron.
in like 20. It was teased in like 2017 or
That's
2018,
crazy.
and then it just randomly released. I'm like, why? Like,
Yeah.
so there's not really any rhyme or reason.
There
to
really
what to do, I
isn't.
don't
There
think.
really isn't. You're right.
They
Poe
typically
makes
do
no
an
sense.
SDCC exclusive, though, don't they? Which you can only pick up. Is
Yeah.
that right? Yeah. So
They
there must be
usually-
an
They
exclusive.
usually do. So they might. I would imagine they will come out with some exclusives.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3 exclusives that you can only get during that time.
I
Or at the con.
understand. I can't.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't understand Sideshow because the con thing they do, worked well during COVID, but I just think some collectors I think they're missing out on sales really
Yeah.
for some of these statues. I mean, I watched your spotlight, Matt, on the Luke,
Yeah.
the one you're interested in with the
Right.
floating X-wing.
Yeah.
It's something because it's a massive piece. Most people, if you've got the opportunity to go, you want to see it in person, don't you?
It's
Really?
crazy.
Yeah.
Jay-
Why
Jason-
wouldn't you have something there?
Dude, Jason
know.
was mentioning this. It has been mentioning this a lot when we talk about it, where it's like this is a piece you have to see in person. You have to see this thing with your own human eyeballs, because it's like, how do you know? Like, you can see it in videos, you can see it in pictures.
Don't get a sense of scale, do
Yeah,
you?
the videos help a lot, in my opinion, to give you a sense of what this thing actually looks like. But I do think that seeing it in person, I mean, look at Jason. Jason saw those the Deadpool and Wolverine Iron Studios things, and there was a lot of hype for that stuff. But he saw those things and ordered it like almost that immediately, like that night.
But like you could,
It's beneficial to be there. I don't get it.
No, I
but
don't.
like new
I don't.
collectors as well. Like if they've got someone that hasn't never owned a statue or a hot
Right.
toy or
Yeah.
anything.
Yes, that makes a
They're
huge
walking
difference.
past and they're like, oh my god, what's that?
Well,
Yeah.
That's
and-
incredible. And they can
and-
buy it.
Not everybody's tied up on social media either.
Right.
They're not.
Right.
They might miss it, or it just you would think the fact that it's not a million miles away from where they are, you would think they would have a presence there.
Well,
You'd understand not celebration in Japan or something, but the fact it's literally down the road, not down the road, but
Well,
not
Nathan, also, like, what I don't understand is that like you're just saying, like, the random people that would come into the booth, the sideshow booth was always packed, always.
Yeah.
It was one of the best booths you could possibly go in, because there's so many interesting, cool things to look at. And they not only showed sideshow stuff, they showed Prime 1 stuff, they showed Iron Studio stuff, they showed Blitzway stuff, they showed Hot Toys, because they're a distributor. And so, like, you get so many things you can look at, and they can also sell an exclusive there, right, from like Hot Toys or whoever. It makes total sense. I just don't know if the cost was so prohibitive that doing this other thing is worth it, and the lost sales or the lost, like, interest that people are coming up and seeing, if it's just worth it to not pay that money.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was kind of a bit, because I was looking forward to seeing the sideshow booth at Celebration in London,
Yeah,
and
right.
but I thought, they'll come to Celebration. It's massive,
Yeah.
And then when they weren't there, I was like, oh, that's
I
just
know.
a shame. It would have been quite cool.
Well,
They were there in
I feel like-
2016. There was a big sideshow and Hot Toys display in 2016 when they did Celebration. So it was definitely a surprise not to see them in the last Celebration in the UK.
Yeah, it's super strange, and like you said, like someone said, it's their backyard. Like, LA to San Diego is it's just not that hard to get here. So, like, why not? Why the hell wouldn't you? I just don't. I don't get it.
This is where I feel that rather than saving money, they'd be making money, because, again, as you mentioned,
Right.
Spotlight and like, we didn't even think of that. But Nathan made a good point. Take it for the new people who are just getting into this or don't even own a statue, and then a picture is one thing, but you see it in person and you see the presence and the size and the detail, and it changes you from a no or a maybe to a I have to have that.
Right.
now all of a sudden you have a new, it's customer acquisition. I mean, that's a big part of business. So, the 30, 40 grand that they're saving not setting up a booth, or probably, I don't know, 100 grand that they're saving not setting up a booth, they're probably losing a $250,000.
They've got a captive audience as well. They've got how many thousand people
Right.
going to walk through that conference hall that
100%.
they might be collecting comics or whatever. They've never seen sideshows and stuff, and then
Yeah.
they've got such a range of offerings from 1/6 scale figures, busts, whatever. And in terms of stand costs, I mean, they could absorb that with, they'll hit Hot Toys up, Prime 1, we're going to show some of your pieces. They
Yes.
would split a cost on a
You
stand.
would think so.
Yeah.
You would think so.
Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I
It's
think
not
Jason's right.
It's not like they're like doing your local Comic-Con down the road or even like a London Comic-Con.
It's a huge event.
It's New
It's a
York
huge event.
or
Yeah, it's massive.
San Diego. Like
Yeah.
they're massive cons.
It's the
It's the
target
one
market
time
as well.
The money and the headache is worth it.
Mm.
Yeah,
you
and
know.
I don't know at this point, because they've been not doing it for a couple years now, if it's harder to get back in
For
and
sure.
get that booth space. I know that like they had a massive booth. Like their booth was huge. And so I don't know what I don't know what the problems are, and I know that space probably, I would imagine space goes pretty quick.
I'm
you
guessing
might-
Gentle Giant won't be there, right? Because I mean, Gentle Giant are going through some issues.
they're
So
done.
Diamond
so,
Select, yeah, Diamond Select always had a booth. That,
they have a huge booth, right? So Sideshow
Yeah.
could,
Yeah.
take
I'm
up that
even
space.
I'm even hearing that this was recent, but people were actually posting that some of their Gentle Giant orders are being canceled out, or like they're not even hearing back from them. And I really hope it doesn't go that direction where it's another belly
Yeah,
up
that's such a shame.
They're just
company
going to have
that people start losing money, and that'd be a bummer.
they're going to have a booth just full of Count Dooku busts.
Yeah, well, listen, I tell you what. Let's see if I can find
Pull it
it.
out, man.
I mean, this guy right here, bro. This thing
Yes.
is worth every $11 I spent on it. I mean,
Well, maybe that's what's happened, Matt. I think Diamond Selector thought, okay, we've got 11,000 of these Dooku's we've got to shift. Comic-Con, we're going to take up Sideshow's booth and just sell Count Dooku.
just sell the
for 4
Dooku's.
days.
Hey, listen, I get it. This should have been a Comic-Con exclusive in the last couple of years. It's just fantastic, guys. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's exactly it. This guy's face is just the worst, dude. The worst. I freaking love it.
It is bad.
It's one of my
It is
favorites
bad.
now. It's one of my. It's funny.
You got
I told-
that for the price of a large fry too. That's
right.
so good.
I told Jason the other day. I was like, guess what box I'm throwing out? Like, and I was like, I'm throwing out the freaking Count Dooku box because I'm so confident I'm keeping this thing for the rest of my life that I'm just gonna toss the box, and I don't normally do that. So
What about resale value? It's gonna
I'm married
plummet.
to that thing, bro. Yeah, dude. I think normally those things cost what, $70, something like
$60-$70, yeah.
$11, dude. $11. What you have to? There's no choice. You have to buy that thing. So, anyway, I'm glad I picked that up. But, yeah, guys, listen. I think that's about it for us. I just wanted to kind of talk about the San Diego Comic-Con stuff at the end, but lots of fun stuff to chat about. We'll be back again. It's a good question when we're coming back, because I think we're going to start seeing some announcements, like probably this next week. And we're going to really start seeing things ramp up. I don't know. Jason, are we going to do you think we'll do a live when you're out here?
I mean, that's the plan, right?
Yeah,
But-
I would hope so. I would hope we'd be able to do it, because I don't think we're going to the con on that Saturday. So maybe we can figure out a way to do a live, not this coming Saturday, but the week after, which I think that's Comic-Con week. And talk about all the fun stuff that we've seen and the stuff that I'm sure you guys will see online and stuff. So that's going to be the
cool.
hope. That's going to be the hope. I think Jason and I are also, we're going to try. We're not what's the word? Good at this, I guess, is what you'd say. But like, we're gonna try to get a handheld mic, I think, and maybe even walk around the Comic-Con floor and just see if we can find people to chat with. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. We got to think about that. I don't know if we're gonna see enough people that's worth it or not. But generally, I say that generally we try to do these kind of things and we just kind of say, F it, we don't give a shit. You know, we just go do our own thing. But it would be cool if we actually were able to stick with it, Jason, this time around. But
Yeah.
I don't know if we will. So, but anyway, that's all that stuff's coming up. I'm really excited. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun couple weeks because there's gonna be a lot to see. So, but yeah. Anyway, I think that's gonna be it for us, guys. Really do appreciate your time. All you guys that were on the panel, really appreciate you guys. And I think we're gonna hop off. So appreciate it.
Thank you.
Peace out.